The anatomy of a sales slump. Right now, if you are down in the dumps, if you are struggling, if you are in real estate pain and suffering, let me tell you how you got into a slump. At some point, you decided to veer off the 30-day rule. We talked about it in an earlier video, and the 30-day rule says that what you do in these 30 days affects the next 90 days. And for whatever reason, you may have something in your personal life that happened. You may have been really busy because you had a lot of listings and you were running around doing buyer appointments, meeting pest inspectors and building inspectors and running around getting those properties sold and settled, that you actually moved away from the 30-day rule, which says what prospecting you do in these 30 days affects the next 90 days. So all of a sudden, you're in this slump because of this. Next thing that happens is when you get into this non-practice of the 30-day rule, you actually have less opportunities in your pipeline, and it is all about the pipeline. So what actually happens is this, that you end up getting a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, and in some ways, some people begin to start feeling like a loser because they're actually feeling like they've got no stock and they've got nothing coming on. And what happens there next is that their energy gets sapped and they get tired and they get stressed. And what happens is this, when you're stressed and you've got low levels of energy, you do even less prospecting, even less calls, even less people going into your pipeline, which then creates a hole deeper than what you are. And there's a rule in my life, and that is when you're in a hole, you stop digging. You don't make it deeper. Then what happens is if you've actually just kept going and you're anxious and you've got low levels of energy and you're digging a hole that's deeper, you enter into this deep depressive slump. And then what happens is you start having a new strategy. It's called luck. And you wake up each day thinking that someone's going to ring you and say, hey, come and list me. It's a $3 million listing. I want to pay you the money up front for the vendor paid advertising. I want to pay you 3%. But you know what? That lottery ticket doesn't come off, and that's when you get into depression. So what's the cure to this? The cure to any real estate challenge is this. You get back to the 30-day rule, and you get back to your time blocks, and you get back to your dials, and you get back to having massive amounts of conversations. Nothing is going to annoy your competitors more than you having more conversations than them in the marketplace. That is the golden rule. Now, a lot of people turn around and say, Tom, you know, what's better, door knocking or telemarketing? Hey, here's the deal. In terms of economics, let's face it, you go out into the street, you're going to get a lot of, empty doors. You're going to get a lot of people that are potentially tenants. You're going to get a lot of people that might not open the door to you. But yes, face-to-face is better. No question about it. It's just that the economics don't stand up for the amount of people that you're actually going to connect with while you're out there. Telephone, hey, everyone's on a mobile. Telephone, rain, hail, or shine, you could be sitting there calling people. Telephone, man, let's face it, nothing is more powerful than a phone. Even a lot of people say, but what about Facebook Messenger? What about an email? Hey, listen, you can, have a faster conversation than what it's going to take you out sending them a message on an SMS or Facebook Messenger or anything for that matter, right? So nothing is more time efficient, more valuable than a phone conversation. Embrace the phone, love it. It is the cure to having an ultimate life with uncapped earnings. So guys and girls, if you're in a sales slump, I want you to go back to the 30-day rule. By the way, guys and girls, I'm letting you know, if you'd love me to be your real estate coach for the next 12 months and help you actually make prospecting part of your life, a ritual, because process beats motivation any day of the week, And we have a process. It's called My Prospector. It measures your calls and it gets your calls scheduled, and you can monitor them, because what you measure, you manage. It's less than $2 a day, but that does not just give you My Prospector. It gives you my whole 12-month real estate gym program that has scripts and dialogues. It's got everything that you need to succeed, including Facebook techniques. It gives you the secrets, not of one franchise group, not of one agent, but hundreds and hundreds of agents from different companies from Australia and New Zealand. I've gone on and I've dug deep on what these people are doing, and I've put it to you on a nice, easy, digestible platter, and it's less than $2 a day. I'd love you to be your coach. The worst that can happen is you overinvest in a program by around $600 a year. The best that can happen is you change your life.